Okay, we're live.
Hey everyone, Denise Kirksey here with the Wealth Network. Can everybody hear me okay? And kind of mute themselves so I don't hear your background noise?
Yep, we can hear you. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. So tonight I just kind of wanted to talk to everyone about the Wealth Network, kind of explain what the Wealth Network is. The Wealth Network is a platform with training and tools in different wealth centers, one of which is e-commerce. So tonight we're going to talk about dropshipping. If you your mic, thank you. He's totally fine. Just mute your mic. So drop shipping is a retail fulfillment method where a store doesn't have to keep products they sell in stock. Instead, when your store sells a product, you purchase the product from a third party and have it shipped directly to your customer. As a result, you never see or handle the product. So I'm just kind of in layman's terms, we list on eBay and other selling platforms from certain suppliers for sale. Once we sell the item on eBay, they pay us for the product. Then we order the product and put their address into the shipping and ship it directly to them. We never order anything until it's sold on eBay. We profit the difference in sale on every item, and we do not keep an inventory or go to the post office to ship anything. So about 6 years ago, I started looking for stuff to do online, and I tried multiple things, direct sales. You know, I didn't have a following. You know, I really didn't have much friends that would join my business either. So once I saw this video about 3 years ago about drop shipping, I was sold within a second. And I started doing the training and I started watching it and I started drop shipping. And within my first week, I started making money. It was amazing. It was so motivational. I'd never made money online. I just had a baby. He was about 3 months old. So I just wanted something to do, take care of my baby and help my family. So here we are 3 years later, and we're still running our e-commerce business, and we're doing well. We've expanded onto different platforms, and it's really just been amazing. And the Wealth Network has provided tools that save time for me so I can spend more time with my family compared to when I started doing it, and I was doing everything manually. So that's really awesome. It looks like we have a few more people joining on with us. So tonight, I just want to introduce you guys to some top leaders in the Wealth Network that have had success drop shipping and let them kind of tell you their experience with it also. So, Sue, do you want to go first? You have to unmute your mic.
Okay. Muted? There, did I do it? Good?
You're good.
Okay. So yeah, you just want me to tell a little bit about how I started?
Yeah, kind of what you were doing before you started drop shipping, you know, why drop shipping, why do you like it, and kind of what it's done for you and your family.
It started about like 3 years ago. I had been in a network marketing company for about 3 years and done really well, but then they changed the comp plan, and the way that my team was built, it hurt me really bad. So I actually stepped away, which was really crazy. And my husband thought I was nuts because we had made enough with that business for him to retire early. So panic struck in and I said, no, I'm sorry. You know, I just didn't believe in it anymore. So I went online and I Googled network marketing without a team, which is such an oxymoron, but I didn't want to have another team at that moment. I was kind of sick of it. And a video popped up about e-commerce and drop shipping. And I just looked at that and I said, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. And I figured I would give myself, you know, I know things can take time. So I figured I'll give myself 5 months is what I figured to, you know, give it a chance. Well, I think my first sale, I started on eBay, was within the first week. And I really didn't know what I was doing. I just did it. And I actually had a little bit of a loss, but it was cool. I still was so happy. And I did a mistake. I think I didn't add in the shipping, or I can't remember, so long ago. But then I just, you know, I got so excited. And I think it was 6 months, I was making the same a month what I was making after 3 years after building a huge team. So that's basically was when I was sold. And I just kept growing from there and went on to Amazon. And I do mostly Amazon now. I don't really have an eBay store anymore, but I have it, but I don't really work it, which, you know, someday maybe I'll go back, but.
That's awesome. I kind of was looking for something like you. I didn't want to build a team. I just kind of wanted something that I could keep busy with during the day, like busy work, without having to make an hourly wage. You know, I spent tons of time researching data entry and stuff. And I think I even bought one of those things they hook up to your computer and did it for a little while. But I just couldn't work for pennies on the dollar. For, you know, like just pennies on the hours that I was typing up stuff, you know, so that's amazing. Hey, Dijon, do you want to go next? Or no, let's do David next and tell his story since he has his son. He is so cute, by the way. You have to unmute yourself, David.
Well, now, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Sweet. So, how's everybody doing? David Cook here. I've been in the e-commerce space for like 3.5 years now. But yeah, so I started actually, my original person that got me into e-commerce is on the call, Dejan Paris. He was one of my Marines. We deployed to Afghanistan together. He got online. A little bit afterwards, we kind of found each other, and he was posting all these like little eBay sales. He's like, I paid for lunch today with, you know, the $10 I made on this eBay sale. And I had always, I dabbled a little bit in e-commerce, but I'd never like really dove into it or got any decent training on it. So I asked him about it because I was at the point where I was like, I kind of would like I was starting to think I'd like to work for myself. I didn't really know what that looked like. So I just started exploring opportunities. Somehow this fell into my lap, and I asked Dejan about it. And he kind of showed me the ropes about 3.5 years ago with a training program that we were with back then. And then, I mean, 3 years later, I just really dove into it and tried to learn as much as I could. And then in January 31st of this year, I got off active duty, and now I'm doing this full time. So that's kind of the how I got into it, and then where I am now. So it's been a fun ride, that's for sure. And I've got my sponsor who, you know, introduced me to an opportunity to thank for it. So, and this is Tucker. Hi, Tucker.
That is awesome.
Yep.
And don't you have like a warehouse now that you've eventually opened with all of your products so you could ship them and not have to do it in your house because you're doing so much now?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, when it first started, it was like, you know, I said 3.5 years ago, when I first started, it was like I was saying about Dejan, it was like,
you wanted to pay for your lunch.
Yeah, you make an eBay sale and you wanted to pay for lunch. And then all of a sudden it was like, it took me 12 months to equal what I was making full time in my job in the Marine Corps. It happened to be December, so it's the best month of the year. So but yeah, so 12 months from when I started into e-commerce, I had equaled my income. 2 years later, I'd saved up enough money, paid off enough bills that I got out of the Marine Corps, off active duty at least. Yeah, now I've got a warehouse, I've got 3 employees, and yeah, it's crazy how much it's grown with, you know, I've definitely worked my butt off to do it, but it's not anything like crazy that nobody else could do. Like anybody could have applied themselves in the way that I did. And I didn't get lucky. I just worked hard, and I kind of followed the training, and, you know, just learned as much as I could about e-commerce. So
it's great because everyone that signs up can take it to their own level. You can decide how high you want to take your business. Do you want to pay for your lunch? You know, do you want to save up for Christmas presents, or do you want to replace your full-time income and more. It's up to you. You can totally decide. The more you put in your business, the more you're going to receive out of it. Thank you, David. I appreciate you hopping on tonight and telling me the story. Hey, Dijon, do you want to go next? Sometimes you have to wait just a second for your speaker to reactivate after you mute yourself. We should be able to hear you now, but I'm going to let Josh go ahead and go. Josh Jacobs.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's weird. Dejan, if your microphone starts working, just cut me off and let me know. But so I got started selling on eBay when I was 15 years old. I was I was 14 years old. I was in high school, and I've been an entrepreneur forever. I never wanted to get a normal job. So I started selling on eBay when I was 14 for my parents' friends' things, my friends' parents' things, and I would just take a cut of, nobody knew how to sell on eBay back then. It was like, it's not that it was new, but it was still not many people knew how to do it. And so I would, I leveraged that because I knew how to do it, and I would sell their things for them and take a cut. And eventually I got into drop shipping when I realized that I only have so many parents' friends and friends' parents. So I got into it a while ago, and recently got into, not recently, but 4 years ago or so, got introduced to Amazon. And I actually wound up introducing a bunch of friends and family to the e-commerce business. And this is one of the coolest things whenever I tell people this story, is that basically it's turned into a family business because my brother is full-time with Amazon. He quit his job as a CPA after 3 months in the business. He had built up enough income where he felt confident to leave his job. My brother-in-law also is full-time selling on Amazon now. And I have a bunch of friends that I introduced to Amazon when they were in their senior year of college, and they actually, were fully expecting to get jobs. And then once they started their e-commerce business, it was at a point when they graduated that they didn't even need to get jobs. And it's over a dozen people, friends and family, are now full-time selling on Amazon, making 6 figures a year. And obviously, your results may vary. Nothing is guaranteed. But it's just really, really cool. Over the past few years, I've watched them grow from, all of their first years were excellent. And now that it's been a few years, I've just seen them take off to massive levels. And it just goes to show that anybody from any background can start an Amazon or eBay business. And the trainers that we have in the Wealth Network are going to show you the right way and the best way to do things, and really give you the step-by-step process that will help get you started. So I highly encourage you to join if you're not in there yet. Hang out with other entrepreneurs and share ideas. There's a lot more benefit than just watching training when you join our company. So I wanted to mention that as well. You get to hang out and talk to a bunch of like-minded people, and that can be just as powerful, if not more powerful, than watching videos. But so I highly encourage you to get started. And back to you, Denise.
I agree. Our community with the Wealth Network probably is the best part of it. I've been working with these guys for years now. I've actually learned from these guys. I came in with them and I started training and learning to do e-commerce, and they've been there for me for years. Whether we were in a network marketing business or anything, I could shoot them a question. I always get an answer. Sometimes I even answer it before they do, but they've been awesome. So bite the bullet and just get started. Christmas time's coming up. It's a great time to start training, get your products up. If you look below this video, there's a button and it says get started now. I highly recommend you to get started today. Start watching the training, join our group, ask questions, and attend our webinars every week. So I think.
So I just want to bring up one thing too. You know, a lot of people ask this question, so I just wanted to address it. Do you need money or to start? You know, like most businesses, right? Most legitimate businesses require you to have thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars to get started. You know, this is no different. This is a legitimate business. You need money to get started, but the good news is you don't need thousands of dollars. I mean, if you have, you know, $100 or some things laying around your house that you want to sell, you can get started by just doing that. If you have credit cards, you know, you can, the beautiful thing about drop shipping is that you don't ever purchase a product until it's already sold. So for using a credit card for that, there's very little risk because the product's already sold. You're just waiting to get paid on it, which with your drop shipping on eBay only takes, you know, a day or instant. So, you know, that's one of the biggest benefits to this business is that you can get started regardless of what your situation is, regardless of how much money you have or credit or whatever. You can start from any point and grow over time. I've seen people start with no credit cards and now they have multiple credit cards that they use for their business, and it's helped them build their credit. Some of the rewards points that I've seen people have from fulfilling all their orders is unbelievable. They have enough to go and travel for a decade. So it's, you know, if regardless of what your financial situation is, you can start in this business and make a lot of money over time. So it looks like Dejan's back on. Maybe his mic is working again.
Not to mention that when I started automating my drop shipping businesses, the tools that I was using to automate it, I was paying double, at least with the gold platinum, 3 times as much with the gold platinum membership cost, $49.99. And I was paying probably almost $200 in all my tools just for my business to buy back my time. John, did you get your mic fixed?
Hello, hello.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Everyone, welcome to John.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Want me to just jump right in?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right, so my name is Dejan. Just like my boy, my commanding officer over there, David Cook. Like he said, we served in Afghanistan together back in 2011, 2012. But actually, my eBay and e-commerce journey started when I was in high school. When I was a senior in high school, I just wanted to, you know, earn some extra money. So I hopped on eBay and I was just selling like old sneakers. So I would sell those. Then I was like, oh, this is too much work. I gotta pack it up. I gotta drive to the USPS and all this other stuff. So I kind of stumbled upon drop shipping. I didn't even know what it was. I just knew that if I bought it from somewhere else and had them do the shipping, I could just sit back and, you know, collect the profits. But I wasn't doing it at any other like retail location. I was doing it at some weird Chinese store. Like it was weird. I was selling like I was selling like generic Nintendo Wii remotes, the little nunchuck remotes. They sold pretty well, but I always got complaints because it took like 3 months for the customers to get the item. So needless to say, that eBay account got shut down because all my customers were complaining. But so fast forward to Afghanistan. Like David said, we served over there in Afghanistan together. We were both on active duty, but in my situation, I had just recently got married before I went on the deployment, and during the deployment, I was coming up to where it's called to re-enlist, which is, you know, sign up for another 4 years. So I did all my paperwork while I was deployed, and so I was going to come right back to the States and, you know, do another 4 years and keep my career going. But somewhere in the shuffle of Afghanistan and the US, my paperwork got lost and I had got pretty much out of the active duty ranks, and I thought everything was in the bag. So all the money I saved from Afghanistan, you know, I got back home, me and my wife, hey, we went out and balled, you know, we bought everything, got bags, shoes, clothes. Hey, we got another 4 years, so we good. Nope, wasn't the case. So I was like, okay, something got to give. Like, I got to find out something. I don't want to work at some 9 to 5. Like, something has to give. So I was scrolling on Facebook, and I seen a post, or I got an invite to a Hangout just like this. And it was saying like make money on eBay. So I was like, okay, eBay. I remember eBay, you know, I can throw some more nunchucks up there and make some more money. Let's check it out. So I'm listening to the Hangout, and, you know, they were talking about drop shipping. And I'm like, oh yeah, I used to do that. Okay. Oh, Amazon. I can buy stuff on Amazon, sell it on eBay, and do all the same stuff I used to do. Okay. I don't need this training. I don't need no training. I don't need to pay $49.99. I can do this myself. So I hopped up there and was lost all over again. So needless to say, the training definitely does work. I hopped in, I jumped on the training, and I made my first sale with the training, following the steps, step by step, like they show in the training, like we have in the Wealth Network. And I made my first sale in 7 hours. And I think it was a $57 profit. So I paid for my membership. Like David said, I got me some lunch, and and I pretty much found a way to supplement my income until I got things rolling back into the Marine Corps, and I haven't looked back since. So I have the eBay store, the Amazon store, Shopify. We cover all these things within the Wealth Network. So it's been an incredible journey. Me and my family, we live down here in New Orleans now. I'm still active duty in the Marine Corps because I love what I do. But it's drawing down to a close. So like David, I now the master has become the student. I want to open up me a little warehouse and everything, and get some employees going. So that's where I am now. And yeah, the Wealth Network is definitely where it's at if you want to start your e-com journey with us.
Thank you. I'm glad you my work. That's awesome. I like your story. You had nothing else to turn to, so you kind of tried to do it by yourself, and then realized how lost you were. You were probably overthinking it like crazy.
Exactly.
But that's awesome that you had something to turn to. You didn't have to go to a list or a team, because a lot of people just don't have a list to shoot out when they start something like that. And once you learn e-commerce, it's just so easy to bring others to teach them too, because you don't have to recruit for the money that you need, but people always see your success and they just start to follow. And we also teach marketing training and stuff like that, but that is for another hangout, for another night. I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight and sharing your stories, taking the time out of your day. And if you're thinking about signing up, click the button below. I highly recommend it. Once you get signed up, make sure you log into your back office and join our Facebook group, because you really want to be a part of our community. You can ask questions. We'll always give updates, and everyone's always posting questions, and someone else might have a question that you didn't think about. So it's really beneficial to be in that group. All right. Well, you guys have a great night. I will talk to you later, and we will see you on the inside.
Click
Bye.
below.